So in case you haven't noticed, Nickelodeon has been going really nostalgia crazy lately. Don't get me wrong, the last few years have seen projects such as movies for Hey Arnold, Invader Zim, and Rocko's Modern Life, alongside bringing back a game show here and there. They also brought all that back for a second. I didn't watch it, I don't know if it was good, but 2021 really seems to be the year where they are going all out. We got 2 SpongeBob spin-offs this year, the brand new Rugrats, which I don't know if CGI was the best choice for its art direction, and we know the Avatar franchise is cooking up greatness with the advent of Avatar Studios. And there's a live-action Netflix remake, but who cares? Oh, and Fairly Odd Parents 2. Ooh, and Butch Hartman's involved. The internet's gonna have a field day. But what's arguably going to be Nickelodeon's biggest revival is right around the corner. You already know the title of the video. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're probably fed up with me bidding for watch time. It's iCarly. In a very quick turnaround, at least compared to animation, the iCarly revival is ready to go. Premiering this month in just a few weeks. I think actually next week. I don't know, put the date on screen, Josh. Thank you. And while I have been and will remain skeptical of this revival, there's one aspect of this new show that was sprinkled in the trailer a little bit that's virtually unprecedented for a former children's sitcom. Instead of demoting the roles of our original cast of characters, bringing in a new generation of characters for younger audiences, and ultimately keeping it tied down as a kid's show, iCarly will instead be the first big step in a children's sitcom truly growing up with its audience and evolving into an adult show. Finally backed up by Viacom themselves in a golden moment of the trailer.
We'll help however we can.
I'm really glad to hear you say that.
Damn it!
They did it! They said a funny swear! We won, everyone! So yes, the new iCarly, as promised, is a show for people who grew up with the original and now want to follow up on these characters as adults. And yeah, this show pretty much looks like the iCarly we all knew and loved. Granted, it doesn't necessarily go in depth with any of its plots. There's still a lot of questions, like what happened to Freddy's camera equipment. I get the technology itself might be a little dated today, but my man's just dropped film as a hobby, well, making very absurd, very nonsensical internet videos that definitely shaped this generation's sense of humor, but I digress. Spencer hasn't aged today. Freddy's mom hasn't aged today. Neville is either in cosplay or has seen some shit, but he doesn't really look that different. None of these returning characters look that different. It doesn't even feel like it's been 9 years since iCarly ended. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, iCarly, that ended, 4 or 5 years ago? 9! So it's kind of crazy to already have some new version of it back. And because iCarly is such a beloved property, I mean, you cannot deny this show's success. I really do want it to be a good and successful revival. What would that mean for entertainment if Nickelodeon followed up on other Teen Nick sitcoms, truly reinventing them for a modern age without changing the core cast of characters and ideally the soul of the show? I mean, after iCarly, who's next? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you who should be next. My boy Ned Bigby. That's right, I'm saying Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide should be brought back for an adult audience. Imagine the possibilities of following an older Ned, Mose, and Cookie. Imagine a show that didn't use the same 5 rooms for the entirety of its series. Don't worry, I really love this show, I'm not dissing it. Back away from the dislike button. Well, here's the thing. They actually tried to get it made, and Nickelodeon said no. But don't take it from me, homie. Take it from the legend himself, Devin Werkheiser, who laid everything out over on TikTok. Roll the clip.
Hi TikTok, quick story time. For the last 2 years of my life, bringing the Ned's Declassified Adulthood Survival Guide reboot to life, it's been a huge goal of mine. Imagine Ned, Mose, and Cookie getting out of college, struggling through their 20s, bringing you tips on taxes, online dating, self-care, roommates, budgeting, all of it. I wanted it for you, I wanted it for me, and I thought it would be amazing to make a self-help sitcom for a generation that could use a friend. Cookie and Mose were on board, the original creator and producer Scott and Michelle Fellows were on board, but we don't own the rights to Ned's Declassified. So we pitched it to Nickelodeon and Awesomeness TV, who do own the rights to it, and they passed on it and they won't let us take it to sell it somewhere else. So for now, the reboot's dead, and I'm really sad, and thanks for being fans.
Now look, corporations are not your friends. I am in no way defending Nickelodeon when I'm about to say this. But as much as I love the idea of that show, I understand why they didn't go for it at the time. Ned's Declassified was popular, but I don't think it was as popular as other Nickelodeon sitcoms, especially the likes of iCarly and Victorious. From a business standpoint, I get that if they wanted to bring back a sitcom, in a way that is very much a risk. To my knowledge, this hasn't been done before, though Lizzie McGuire got close. It's why the cast was a bit intimidated to touch this project.
The hesitation is like, well, what would we do? Like, how we don't want to do a kids show again, and it would be kind of weird. You guys are in your 20s, we go back and start doing that again. Like, but once we started settling in on the idea that it's like, no, life didn't turn out quite the way we expected, and we're going to aim at more, 20-somethings, the people that grew up with the show, then it started getting exciting and like, has this ever been done? I don't think so. Like, let's do it.
And on that note, it kind of caught me by surprise that they mentioned Jeanette McCurdy. I didn't know if that would be a dicey PR thing.
We all really wanted Jeanette to be a part of the show in real life, but she's just doing other things, and we're really happy for her. We talk a lot about the Sam character and where she is in the pilot episode.
It will be addressed. It's not something that we go too deep into, just because, we want to respect Jeanette's wishes. She's decided to move on from acting, and she's doing great in her own world, and we're super proud of her, and she's part of this family forever.
Again, we want to be respectful of her and the decisions that we made. So obviously, no pressure, of course, but whatever she wants to do. We love her. That's all she needs to know.
An executive wouldn't want to start with a show that was a moderate success. They would go straight for the top. That being said, I think it is very much a two-way street. One, we all know the power TikTok holds. That TikTok took off, and the people are now hungry for this adult interpretation of Neds Declassified. Viacom, Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, they know there's an audience and a demand for this now. And if iCarly takes off, they're not gonna stop there. Do you see how quick they got this bad boy made? For as long as it takes their animated projects to cook up, all it takes is one heavy hitter. And I think that heavy hitter is going to be iCarly. Now, who's to say they would go immediately for Neds Declassified? Well, no one. But they already tried to do a Victorious revival, and it fell through. Maybe you think they consider a Drake and Josh revival, but trust me, no, they will not. And yeah, they could try Big Time Rush, but come on. Isn't it the point that the band is composed of teen heartthrobs? I'm sure you could figure out a way to make it more adult, especially if you switch up their music, but that just seems like a bigger reach than Neds Declassified, a show that is really all about life tips. If you know there's money there, which they probably do now, why would you not go for the adult equivalent of such? It just makes sense, basic math. 2 + 2 carry the 1 is 5, homie. I think the sky is really the limit with this concept, and I just wanted to hop on and yell about all of this, spread awareness that we could have the greatness of an adult Neds Declassified. But I'm also biased because, admittedly, growing up, that was my favorite Nickelodeon sitcom. It was goofy and had charm. It kinda operated off cartoon logic. Well, so did Big Time Rush, but you get the idea. Neds Declassified was special. So I hope one day it can finally come to fruition. But as always, these are just my thoughts, my ramblings, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? Do you think Neds Declassified would work with an adult audience? How do you feel about the iCarly revival? Let us know down below. Tweet your thoughts over at Roundtable Vids, and you can find me at OstricVox, or also on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like, and consider subscribing over to the Roundtable. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the iCarly revival. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See ya!